Sweet baby Jesus. I hope 3 hours of work fixed my problems, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Well, if you tried to watch Tale of Three Dragons, you know I'm having computer problems, and if you play any Bethesda games, you know that trying to run Fallout 4 to see if your computer will blue screen with mods that are all several years old was not the smartest idea.
But hey, better than Fallout 76.
Yeah, so is life. Oh my god, that was the biggest letdown. Tiki, if you're watching,
Bethesda better get ready for that lawsuit.
Oh my god.
It was up at $200 million last time I checked.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of lawsuits being thrown at.
Oh yeah, and it's only going to get worse because guess what? Apparently there are real talks of Fallout 76 going free to play.
Oh my god. Oh, Tiki.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. At Walmart, we're selling it for like $35.
Tiki paid he bought me the Tricentennial edition.
Oh
yeah.
He and I have already talked on the situation.
Was that the one? The one with the plastic bag?
No, I didn't get the plastic bag. I just have a digital copy, but it was the very expensive one.
Me and Tiki have talked about it. We're just his words exactly. I'm gonna wait till dedicated servers before I even ask you guys to play with me.
For sure.
I mean, I would not be surprised with the lawsuit. Bethesda just says F it and puts all their resources to Elder Scrolls 6.
I would prefer they put all their resources to Elder Scrolls 6, to tell you the truth, because I really want the Elder Scrolls 6, but it's time for another episode of A Simple Job. Our Pathfinder... Oh no, I opened up Twitch and someone weird is talking. Get out of here. Our Pathfinder playtest all rogue party. Jason and Josh and Ross, thank you guys for your support on Patreon. Levi, you are the shining star above my head that guides me on my path. And fair warning to all of my viewers, I had to go to the dentist. Quite a bit of codeine in my system because of a chipped tooth. So we're gonna have fun. I'm really hoping I'm not jamming. Or am I?
He's already gone about how great spinny chairs are for at least 5 minutes.
Spinny chairs? What are you talking about?
When you were spinning in a circle for like 5 minutes there. Don't you remember?
I've clearly lost a lot. This will be a fun video to edit.
Now I want to buy a spinny chair.
Was that before or after he took the wires and hooked them up to his snake bites?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Tommy is a legend on the streets.
Oh yeah, legend on the streets. I'm like that one dude who I forget his name, but he has the best YouTube channel ever, where literally he just makes electrical bad things happen to harm himself.
I know who you're talking about.
The guy who made the electric guitar and literally just ran a current through his whole body.
Yeah, I feel so bad for that guy all the time, but I also just am like, because he's doing it that bad on purpose.
See, now you guys got me thinking of who was that one guy that started the back in the day. I think it was Faraday. He started the classes in England, for students to learn about electricity, and he demonstrated and all that, and it kept going, and now it's been done every year now at Cambridge or something.
It makes sense.
But he was
Tesla or something.
Yeah, Michael Faraday. I think that was him. Michael Faraday was one. Yeah. Thank you, Neil deGrasse Tyson and Cosmos.
DeGrasse! It is pronounced DeGrasse. We have had this conversation many times over many years. Anyway, Jason, there is a Pathfinder. Take this out of our hands. I'm not with it enough.
Okay.
How many halfling children will I kidnap today?
And I'm only encouraging him.
Yes. Well, at least this time it was not. During our next episode, wait for the death cultist to ride by a schoolyard filled with children and try to entice them to join him.
I just wanted an apprentice.
That's what they all say. So, when we last left off, the party was in the middle of deciding whether or not they were going to be werewolf chow.
I don't think we were deciding. I think we all had our answer pretty
We were dancing with wolves.
Yes. Last time when we were all Kevin Costner. Yes.
Okay. Now, I've said there was one important question that I forgot to ask y'all last time. And so I will make it the first question I ask the group now. Where's the box?
not in the stables.
Based on how we were doing it, I was assuming the room, because
Yeah.
that's where we
Yeah.
carried it to. Well, one of
Okay.
our rooms. Whose room, actually?
Now, would you have had it in one of your rooms, or would you have
I
had
thought
it
we would have
downstairs?
kept it. I thought we would have kept it like on us in the tavern, sort of thing.
Yeah, I kind of it was my
that's kind of
vague
what-
headcanon, and I don't really remember because again, I'm having a great time. But I thought we all four had one room. So as because werewolves and there's only one place we have to defend, so I had assumed it was just up there in that one room.
I mean, I remember testing it, and I could lift and carry it. So that's the
Yeah.
last thing I
Yeah.
really remember. That's the last major important thing I remember was that there was confirmation that I could in fact lift and carry it.
It's only 70 pounds.
I mean, worst case scenario, but let's not, get to that scenario.
Yeah.
So, are you all going to say it's upstairs in a loft in your room, or downstairs in the common hall where y'all have been all night?
I'm
Call me
worried to answer
crazy,
that question.
It's going to be upstairs because
Yeah.
there's no way we're going to allow that to be
Right.
downstairs where it could be interacted with by the fuzzies and something
Saruk-
bad happen.
Saruk would have actually been very adamant about keeping it downstairs with them.
Fair. He is the man carrying it.
Main reason is because he himself has already been a part of a group that's tried to take it. It would not surprise him if somebody else sees this as an opportunity to swipe it out from underneath us. And
Yeah.
while we might have to worry about the fuzzies, we'll see the fuzzies mess with the darn thing.
We won't see the sneaky boys sneak off with
Yeah.
the box. That's fair.
Yeah, Saruk will be flat out like, I've already tried to steal it myself once.
But
Let's
you
not
tried
give
to steal
anybody
the
else.
box?
Yes, that's the entire reason why I have this thing.
I shout
Around my
outside the
damn neck.
window as you are thrown outside of the window, and there is a werewolf trying to eat you. I already tried to steal it. Oh, what are you trying to steal from us? This is what my wolf
Yes!
style looks like, I guess.
Yeah.
Wolf style.
Oh look,
1918.
oh look, the rogue tried to steal something from the other rogues. Oh, what a predicament.
Who the fuck it?
Oh, if y'all.
Yeah. Okay, so I dropped it on the middle table. Is that okay with everyone?
Works for
I
me.
would have thought it was more like here, and Saruk was just
Okay.
sitting on it before if battle
Oh.
started.
That would make sense because you were sitting on the end the table. You'd have your feet up on it.
Yep.
Is the table
Smoking
my
there?
pipe.
Okay, it's off the table. Never mind. I was gonna say that's the
Yes.
important
Smoking-
question. How does the table feel about a giant box just poof?
Smoking on my
These-
pipe and just, kind of keeping an ear out.
These are 5-foot wide, 20-foot long end tables. The table could
They're
care
fine.
less about a mere 70 pounds.
Fair enough. Gotcha.
Lord only knows
Okay.
what that table has seen.
Welcome to your slot.
Oddly ominous for the life of a table.
Okay.
That sounds
so-
like a book Kramer would write. The guy that wrote a coffee book table about coffee tables.
Cue the bass from Seinfeld.
strangely makes sense. Okay, so when we last left off, we were in the middle of combat. I will do the in-character reflection real quick so everyone grabs a hero. I'll start from on my display one end and go to the other. So since it's always fun, Tommy, how do you feel about how things are going on?
Well, Silver probably feels a little justified, I suppose. Well, not justified, but like Silumgar has been expecting to have been attacked for several nights, which have turned into several awkward encounters with several teenage halflings. And if you want to know what that's all about, you should go back and watch the back episodes. But now that something's actually happened, though he doesn't necessarily relish the thought of violence, it feels good to have been right in like needing to be super cautious and jumping at every single shadow forever. So far as the new guy goes, the new guy is capable of carrying stuff and seems able to defend himself, so it's one more body to defend the box.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, grab
Need
that
shields,
point.
need love too.
And
I mean, once again, as we've already discussed, I do actually have pretty good AC.
I think you have the best AC in the party.
I'm tied with the Alchemist,
Tied
but
with
that's
the
only
Alchemist,
because
yeah.
my AC is enchanted.
okay, and Josh, your turn.
Well, these werewolves certainly are something new, something different than what's been going on. Mostly Dale Neverknow has had a whole lot of ideas running around in his head, and especially concerning certain place we're going to be going to very soon, and what he's going to do. Other than that, he would just like to actually land a shot at the werewolf that's outside. The fact that he's missing is he's a little frustrated by, but then again, like I said, he's got his mind on other things. He's basically trying to shoot something while there's a big giant pot on the stove and that's cooking with his machinations.
Not to be confused with his mac and cheese.
You do not want to
Okay.
mix this up with mac and cheese.
Oh, my mac and cheese! Made
Man.
with garlic and what was the other one? Garlic and
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon, yes.
Garlic, cinnamon, rotten meats, onions,
Leftover alchemical components.
Hey, I once made mac and cheese with rum chata cooked in it. So
I was there.
That
it's actually
sounds rather unusual.
it actually tastes really good. Obviously the alcohol cooks out of it, and basically you just get the aftertaste. It's actually really good, but I don't think I'll ever make it again.
Okay, well, take your hero point, and Levi, you're up.
All right. Well, Lillian, okay, first and foremost, it's a real bummer cramping up making money being on this long trip. So still frustrated about that. Like, if anything, I've been, like, overall losing money on this trip. I have to say, the werewolf so far, like, I really feel like I'm gonna live, and that's good enough for right now. Waiting to show all these people how you really fight werewolves with my alchemical brew. Because everyone else seems to have these silly thoughts about what werewolves are afraid of, but, you know, cinnamon and garlic all the way.
Take that point. And last but not least, Ross.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of busy at the moment being pulled through a goddamn window. Just let me shank this, just let me shank this, all right? And I'll take care of it.
Fair enough. Take your point. And
I'll take two, gosh darn it. I'll take however many I want. I'm a rogue.
The only chaotic character in squad.
Yeah! Why am I the only chaotic rogue, for Pete's sake?
Because I'm a monk, and I know I could have been, but monks have always felt very, as much as I talk about cheating alignment in my games, very much on the lawful side of things.
Yeah,
And I serve a divine being and his ways, and I will follow those tenets.
Yeah.
Hopefully to some deific obediences. Hint, hint.
Quick, let's go to level 12
adorable?
and back to a different edition of Pathfinder. Ogre Brews are good, though.
Yeah. And remember, Lamashtu's next.
Yeah, you just finished that video.
Okay.
It is. Looking forward to it.
She is, in fact, one bad mama.
In all sorts of ways.
Yup.
Okay. So that being said, we're now back up at the top of the order. So Lillian will be next, but before... Oh, sorry. Let me check my sheet. Okay. We have... okay, at this point, we have one... You have two windows pulled in. And at this point, we're back into combat. So, Lillian, you're up. What do you do?
Okay. Reassessing the situation. The sounds knocking that way seem like it's okay enough. We've got someone guarding there. I did just watch the new guy get ripped through a window, right?
Yep. Well,
All
give me a
right.
perception check real quick.
That is one action.
Cool.
Seek.
Oh, is it one action to... No, I'm asking if I saw him get pulled through.
Okay, I'll take a step back. You were not actively involved in poking or otherwise messing with someone, so yes, you saw him. No roll required.
Oh, okay.
The only noise he made was kind of a, okay.
And then the clang of great and unhappy half orc on the ground outside. Okay. So
I see that. This werewolf hasn't gotten in yet. Let's see. Do I have okay. I don't have control of the token, so I will just
drop a ping where you want it.
That is one full stride.
Okay.
That's sweet 35 move speed.
Oh yeah, feels good.
That means the window is decently open, right?
Yes.
What?
You should have stopped there.
You would have a flank from there.
Yeah, you would have had a flank.
That is a fair point. Well, I'll stop there so you have a flank. I'm not planning on stabbing it.
I don't need a flank.
Because he's going to combat grab.
Yeah.
But I don't know you don't need a flank.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And if
Now
you
we're
do,
that's metagaming.
yeah, just go ahead. I just saw that and I thought your character would play into that. But
if you don't take the flank, I will.
Yeah.
I'll leave it open because I wasn't planning on directly stabbing right now. I wanted to make sure I had a good, clear view of it. Because one action I want to draw... Wait, how many actions would it be to draw out my stank potion?
One.
Good. That's what I was assuming. Because I want to one action draw out the stank potion, one action throw it in its face.
Oh, God. Alrighty.
That would...
The classic Dodongo toss.
Yeah. Except we're not fighting giant lizards with bombs.
Being someone who
has a cost.
Yes.
So.
And everyone
so
safe.
Give it a roll. Because, but hey, being the person who's played a character who killed a big bad something or other with a bottle of perfume.
The man did. It was pretty good.
I'm working on it.
So give me that roll, and that would be against touch AC.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
range.
Sounds like a ranged touch attack to me.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a bad roll.
Quickly go back to Legacy Pathfinder, where that certainly would hit touch.
Yeah,
that
touch AC
misses.
is 16.
Yeah.
So.
Aw.
So then it's roll a d8 and determine what square the splash weapon lands in, and hope it doesn't land in Ross's.
You know what? Levi, give me a d8. Okay. So.
And if we're using rules similar to bombs, it would have had a 20 foot range increment?
Yeah, I think that's right. 20 or 30.
Hey, it might completely miss you.
Or it could land on you.
Or me.
Okay.
I didn't crit fail. Like.
True.
Right. Now, wait a second. if his touch AC, no, that's 12. It'd be 11. So you missed a crit fail by 1.
Damn.
Is it? Wait.
So his
Wouldn't
touch
a
AC
crit
is
fail be a
22?
fail by 10?
No, his touch AC is 16.
That
So-
would be only losing by 5. That wouldn't be a crit fail.
Yeah, crit fails or lose by 10. God, if they were lose by 5. Whew.
Oh,
That's a scary meta.
Okay, I misunderstood. I
You're
thought
good. So good.
1 below to 5 below was fail. More than 5 below was crit fail.
Same idea, but 1 to 10, and then 10 past that's a crit fail.
Ooh,
Like 1 to
Okay.
9 and 10 plus.
Hmm.
better range. Okay, so
Yeah.
I started at you and started counting around. So I have it landing there.
Okay.
So
where
does
again?
that?
This potion is this potion is homebrew. It
Yep.
depends on how you want it to work for whether it should splash out. Because if it does splash out, it does still hit the werewolf.
Well, we called it Gas Wretch last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Let's
So
see, does Gas Wretch have a splash in Legacy Path? I imagine it
Please.
does.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'd say hold your breath. But
I normally roll well. I'm sorry.
Fam.
Looks like it doesn't. I don't see anything about a splash. The target is nauseated for a round and sickened for 3 rounds. Fort save to prevent. Creatures within 5 feet of where the flask sits are sickened for 1 round. Okay.
okay. So I will call that everyone, including Lillian,
Oh,
is
Fair.
sickened for 1 round.
oh, come on.
Ooh, okay.
So
No save.
that, and just making sure I apply the right.
The right debuff.
Yes.
Okay, I think I know what sick
And
does.
and when something like this comes up, everybody feel free to pitch in.
Everybody start rules lawyering. Got your back. That's what I do best.
Hey,
I know, Tommy. I know.
I have definitely been a toxic
Ooh.
player in my past. I'm working on it.
No. I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, fair. Well, I appreciate that. Because sometimes I go that far with myself, but I'm also very hard on myself. Anyway, sick. Sick always includes a
ditto,
value.
Tommy. Ditto.
Sick always includes a value. You take a conditional penalty equal to this value on all your checks. You can't willingly ingest anything, including potions, while sick. You can spend an action retching in an attempt to recover, which lets you attempt a fort save against the DC of the effect. On a success, you reduce it by 1, or by 2 on a crit success.
okay, I'm trying to remember if memory serves, the creation of this was a crit success
Mm-hmm.
of
Yes,
the
it was.
potion.
It was.
So we'll just call it second 1.
Just sick 1. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Please, thank you.
I mean, the werewolf has sickened 1 too.
Everything went
Yes.
basically as expected. Benefits
Yes.
include.
Yeah.
The orc is swearing in Orcish profusely.
Okay.
Like, he is not stopping. It seems as though he's more pissed at the alchemist than he is at the werewolves at this point.
That's fair. I would be as well.
Okay. And with that,
Because this is just, like, basically a bad bar fight for him. Now he's nasty.
Hey, you're just smelling the nasty. You're not coated in it,
Yeah.
right?
there is that. So, okay. Silumgar, you're up.
Alrighty, so we're gonna stride twice to this square, and then I will just, as the dust settles, just run in and punch through the window, and see what this werewolf has to say about that. And boom.
Actually, before you do that, give me a DC 10 fort save.
All right, I believe in me.
Because you are running directly into the stinking cloud.
Okay, didn't realize there's still a cloud there, but fair. 16 plus. What do I add? If it's DC 10, so I have a 26.
Yeah, you're good.
Killing it.
So,
alrighty.
As you run up and get ready to try to strike through the window at the werewolf, it definitely is unpleasant smelling.
Yeah, I can definitely. The mantras trip for just a second as Sealangar runs up in wolf stance, and we are gonna try to give that upper a pupper strike. It's awkward meta as my cat meows behind me. I am going to eat that cat. No, I'm not. I've just had a lot of painkillers from the dentist, and it's a 24 to hit. He is flat-footed. He treats his AC as 2.
Yep, that hits.
Does it crit?
18
is
his
fair.
armor class.
Boo on that. Alrighty, fair enough. Then I've got a D8 plus 4. 1d8 plus 4. Boom. 9 points of slashing.
You're currently at +1, so that should be 2d8.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're so right. Thank you. 2d. Well, I'm just going to add another 8 there.
Just throw another d8.
And it's +1 because it's +1 weapon. I forgot I have that. I never put it on my sheet. So grand total of 13 slashing damage.
13, and because it's considered a silver weapon, because of the silver sheen.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't it flat-footed because you're flanking?
Thank you guys so much. I am not capable of playing this game right now. Oh, 10 points of precision damage. Oh, I'm so bad at this. So grand total of 23 points of damage.
I was just like, wait, didn't we talk about
total.
this? Yeah,
Actually, it would be 33 because of weakness 10 to silver.
Nice.
So
that
you
hurt.
Just swatted puppy pretty good.
Ooh. That's it.
Okay. And that ended your actions, correct?
You got it. That was 2 strides and a strike. I really wish I was a little faster.
Okay. This wolf, okay. Evens he does that, odd he does that. Ouch. So this werewolf here will make a move, and just make sure I have his move range correct. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. He's going to move to here. So he gets flanking. And that's 2 actions. And he's going to bite at our good friend on the ground, because unfortunately you're the only Chutway in range. So let me double check his bite. And does a 26 hit? I would assume that would hit Ross.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. I'm assuming that's a hit, not a crit.
That's just a hit. It's only 4 above my AC.
I would say that's a good thing.
Yeah, considering the fact it takes a decent die. I don't Can they crit? Unless they get a nat 20, I don't think they can crit me.
They may not be able to.
No, unless they get a nat 20, they can't crit me with that modifier.
Feels
Nice.
good.
Yeah.
At a plus
That
9,
feels-
they can't crit me either. Unless a natural 20 with my AC. The 21 just barely edges it out. North.
Yeah.
So you take 2 damage, and I need you to make a DC 16 fort save.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, then, shucks, where fort is a +8. Come on. 23.
Good.
Yes, that is a good thing.
I just feel the cut and just kind of a look. I just stopped swearing momentarily for 1 second, just kind of look over my shoulder at him, like, hold on 1 second, and just look back to the other one.
Okay. And that would put it as your turn.
Alrighty then. So, well, so this is going to be 1d20 plus 10 to hit the werewolf that I'm flanking. Does a 22 hit?
Yes, it would. However,
Or
the one
D6?
thing I will say, okay, you were prone. You were on the ground.
Oh, I thought I stood up because it rolled a natural 1 on an earlier sort of attack with me last session, and then that got me to stand up.
I do believe that did happen, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had forgotten.
It
I'll
had
take
like a crit
Elgort.
fail against me because it had like a
Yes.
negative something to hit me,
Okay,
which is never a good idea.
so
So,
so
and that's just,
that is past his armor class. Did you need his?
I presume that's his, and I'm flanking, so 46, that's 14 points of damage, plus another 10 for silver.
Okay,
Shank.
you just yes, you. I would say that was a very useful shank. He's going to be very unhappy.
He's still standing?
Yes.
Does that hit?
18.
It just hits.
It just does hit. Actually, it more than just hits because he's flanked, so it might as well be a 20.
Right.
Yeah.
However,
So,
because of sickened, you
17.
should have another -1, but so
Oh.
27.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But I presume 17 out of... Yeah. So that's another 27.
Okay. Just to put this in perspective, these are 75 hit point beings.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still on his feet. Do you want to try a third attack or
16 or 15, I guess. Flat-footed.
I think 15 just misses. Yeah, it just misses the 16 target.
Yeah, because we're level 5 and I get a +4 from Dex, and I have a +1 short sword. Dang it!
Boo!
Still, I put out
Hey.
what? 27 plus 24.
51?
51
2/3
points
of
of
his hit
damage.
points. Yeah, no, that's pretty respectable.
Yeah, you.
I just like grab him by the shoulder,
You just-
have him slowly turn around, and
Wait.
just fring.
How much
Yep,
damage did Selim Guard do?
a lot.
33.
And
Is he
then
not dead then?
and then 50 some from
Oh,
Ross's guy. So that should be 80 at least.
correction.
Okay.
The werewolf suddenly
sorry,
realizes it's
I had
actually dead.
I did have different ones, and part of it was Ross. I was assuming you were attacking the one who had just attacked you.
No. No.
Okay.
He scratched me. The other one actually kind of made me a bit hurt.
Okay.
That one just is there to annoy me at the moment in time. So then, did the second attack I did kill him then?
Yes.
All right then. Then yeah, I'd just make a swing at the other one, but I guess that misses.
Yes, it would.
And I don't presume a 15 is a crit fail.
No.
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's just a shank. The creature starts to lurch. I just throw it onto the ground, turn around. All right. Okay, Sid, your turn.
Okay. That was the one. So that will be that beastie out of the turn. So 16. Okay. Next is going to be, let me go back to the standard tool set, is going to be this gentleman. Okay. He is going to see an open window. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I will say he just makes it inside for a move action. Okay.
Can I, as
You
a,
can go ahead.
can I just go ahead and say also right quick? How about the other one? I got this
Gotcha.
because I have still like 53 out of 63 health. I am not hurting at all right this moment in time.
Okay, and I need to do a perception check to see if I hear the fact that that Wolfie is coming in because I've got my back turned to him.
I don't think he's necessarily quiet. 'Cause these guys are frenzying right now. Also, he probably, like, he fits the window, but I imagine there's a little bit of scraping.
Yes. I'm going to say it takes him a full action to get through the window.
Right.
And
I was just
gonna-
double checking whether you'd want a perception check on that or not.
Okay. I'm just going to call him in to right here, and I'm going to, okay. Whenever he gets there, he is going to look at you and make a loud noise. If he was not absolutely frenzied, it probably would be something along the lines of, tasty. And now, Dale, it's your turn.
Good. I'd like to turn around and after shooting my arrow, I'd be like, well, then let me give you something to eat.
Okay. So
20 hits, yeah?
20 hits.
Awesome. So let's roll damage on that arrow that came with sweet sugary taste. Right, fail. Yeah, that's right. I don't add any mods to crossbows or short bows, so yeah.
Hey, 11 points is better than none.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it listed damage as 1d6 and it's not adding any mods, so yep, 11.
Okay. Watch your
That was one
watch your
action.
next action.
Huh?
That was one action. You got 2 more.
That was, yeah.
Right, yeah, short bow can fire again.
So that's at a +4.
A +4 to hit or a...
Yeah, +4 to hit, because 9 minus 5.
Oh, okay. You're right. Second action.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would be a miss.
that would be
But
a
is it a
fumble.
crit miss?
Yes, it is with a AC of 18. Yeah, that is 10 below. Okay. Well, that's a good one. You drop your bow.
Oof.
That's actually not the worst thing, considering I'm going to be using my knife as soon as he comes in. So, or my sword.
Yeah. So,
not the worst thing.
No, not the worst thing. Still not wonderful. And that ends your turn.
Yes.
And I will make a strength check for the beastie out here. Nope. There's still lots of banging and unhappiness occurring at the gate to the outside, to the main door over here by you, Dale.
Yeah, I mean, it's position wise. Now that I've got somebody inside, my back is firmly against that door. I'm hopefully going to keep that other one out.
Okay. And back to the top of the charts. Lillian, what would you like to do? Remember that you are currently second one.
Yep. My alchemy is a little too potent. I have to be a bit more cautious with it next time.
Weird flex, but okay.
All right, so possible goals. Let's see.
How long does
So
the
I
second
could.
last?
I'm sorry?
Sorry to interrupt, but I was just curious. How long does the second condition last for us?
In the playtest, the sick condition lasts until you spend an action trying to throw up, basically, which lets you make another fort save.
Oh. I mean, I never got my initial fort save.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Wasn't the thing that it was sickened for one round based on how the thing went? Like, based off of what it was based on?
Yeah, it was based
Like,
off
yes.
Gulrich, which would put you as sickened for a round, but in the playtest, sick is just a flat condition with a value. So you're taking a -1 on stuff.
I was calling it one round of sicken.
Oh,
Okay.
Because it's not a... This is a... Really, it should just stink, but the fact it's actually strong enough to pretty much put everyone on a even playing field for a moment is a little more than an Italian Christmas gone wrong should be.
Garlic and cinnamon.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
what I'm thinking of right now is that realistically, I could do 2 strides to get into combat range with our new intruder. That's probably my best option. He wants to fight the other werewolf outside by himself. Good for him.
Yeah, because you've really helped me out so far.
Hey, if I got into...
Wow.
Hey.
Shots fired.
I went up, and the first werewolf, I did most of its health with 1 hit. I just happened to roll poorly 1 shot, okay? My potions were too good.
I know. But you've not helped Suruk directly.
Oh yeah, understandable.
This is player jab, this is a PC jab, not player jab.
And Suruk is going to remember that.
Careful, don't mention that company too much, otherwise we might have to lay everyone off and not tell them until the day it's payday or something like that. That was such a bad situation.
yeah.
I'm thinking I could probably get somewhere like here. All right, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I can get to
If you went here, if you went into that corner with your much faster move speed, I could go there and flank him.
Oh, I was thinking that getting this way would be faster for you.
It's not. Well, it is, but I wouldn't have the flank. Unless you ended up here.
If I moved here?
Yeah, that would work. Okay, yeah, we're on the same page.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking of moving here so that way you could just run beeline it.
Okay.
2 actions. I will go for that stibbity stab. Hello, Roll20. Are you doing things?
Hello, Levi. I'm the RNG. Seems like
yes,
he's doing something.
We are doing things. And I am critting.
That is a crit.
Sweets macaroni.
Sadly, I don't have sneak attack on this crit.
Nope.
So, let's see. 4d6 plus 1d8 for the deadly d8. I mean, plus 4 for dex. And that should be it, correct?
Yeah. And then
Cool.
all the dice are doubled. There you go. Yeah, nice. And then
yeah, I instead of 2d6, I did 4d6.
And then what? 20 more for the vulnerability.
Does the vulnerability double with the crit?
I think it does.
I would assume it does.
Awesome. So that is 41 stab.
Ooh.
41 stab feels pretty hefty.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
So if that's all for Lillian, I will
next to Silum.
Stride twice into that square and strike once against his flat-footed for a 21 over his flat-footed AC.
And that is a hit.
Nice. 2d8 plus 5 plus 2d6 for 23 points of damage.
Why are you adding plus 5?
Because I add my dex and I have a +1 weapon.
Yeah, but the +1 just adds the extra dice.
You're right. I knew that. I'm aware. So it's 32 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
Okay, say that again.
It's 32 slashing after the weakness.
It's 32 total.
Yeah,
including silver and all.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very unhappy werewolf.
Oh yeah,
he has 2 hit points.
It's in the single digit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's all I got.
Okay, and now it is that Wolfie's turn, and he has Saruk, I believe it is.
Yep.
Directly in front of him. So.
I'm looking forward to showing this overgrown mutt how I deal with these incidents. I shall deal with this upstart.
Well, here's where you're going to be able to start dealing. And does 23 hit?
Just the one above me, my armor class.
Okay. Give me a DC 16 fortitude save.
27. Critical success.
You taste bad. So 5 points of piercing damage.
Understood.
And
I mean,
now for their 3 actions, they also take the 4 penalty per round.
Yeah, they would take
Correct.
a -5 per, unless the weapon has the agile trait, then it's 4 and 8.
Yeah.
I forgot that that I actually did get that +5 right, because I forgot that short swords are agile.
Oh, boo.
Well, it'll all work out.
Thanks for reminding me, Tommy.
Yep, got you back.
Okay.
That's another miss.
16 is a miss.
Yep.
And
Rolling for 20s on the last one.
yep.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Well, there we go. And now it is your turn.
All right, then. So, first thing I'm going to do is a combat grab maneuver. I make a melee strike as per normal. If it hits, the target is flat-footed to me as long as it stays within my reach until the end of my next turn. If it's a failure, I still get them flat-footed, but that's only until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
That an 18 is his armor class.
Alrighty then. Then I shall do... I do 19 points of damage because I still have the silver sheen, and he is
Okay.
now considered to be flat-footed to me.
Okay.
$16 is exactly his flat-footed AC.
Man, 2 for 2.
Yeah.
So that's 26 more points of damage.
Okay.
15 is just one below.
Yeah. So you landed 2 good hits on him.
Yeah, and I still
For a
have him in the
total of
combat grab.
35. Okay.
Yeah. I was going to ask you this, Tommy.
Yes.
If the opponent's still flat-footed to me when I make my attack of opportunity, does that mean I'd still get my sneak attack to trigger?
Yes, because he's flat-footed you.
Sweet. That's what I thought. That's another thing, because the flat-footed now lasts until the end of my next turn, or he tries to move out of my reach, whichever comes first.
Mm-hmm.
I've surprisingly built a really nasty build here.
You have. I like it a lot.
Me too.
There's a lot of
Just an
synergy. Like
accidental.
you could go both ways with it, like fighter into rogue,
Yeah.
or rogue into fighter, and there's a lot of really cool tricks you can get up to with it.
Yep.
Okay, now it's this beastie. And he's going to attack Lillian.
Woo!
So
He'll be fine.
Doesn't he know?
They're having
he's-
trouble
probably
hitting
will.
me, and you have the exact same AC as me.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't this Wolfie know he's not supposed to hit a woman?
They're old school
Hey.
like
he
that.
doesn't care. I'm assuming a 15 misses.
Wait, wouldn't a true
Definitely
equality
misses.
person just hit whoever?
All right, nerds.
Wouldn't it be?
Okay, realistically, in a good and equal society, no one would have to hit anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he's kind of driven insane by animalistic instincts. I think
Yeah.
his understanding
yeah,
of
no.
manners has literally
I'm-
gone out the window he's climbed in from.
I'm assuming a 17 misses as well.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, high AC!
It's real nice.
It really is.
Hello,
Arg.
critical failure.
Trips and falls 5 feet. How's that for a quick work?
I'm pretty good for it.
Okay.
Oh, poor beastie.
Dale, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to switch to my short sword, and I'm going to open the door and go outside and confront the Wolfie outside.
Okay. Open door. Move. You can
Wait.
make 1 attack.
What's the matter, Levi?
Isn't this wolf that we respectively left at single digits? Didn't it take 11 damage before our turns? The one that Tommy and I are around, or did a different wolf take 11 damage that I'm not remembering? No, this would be the only one. And I did 40 and Tommy did 30.
Yeah, PK did like 11 damage to it.
Yes, I put that in.
Oh. PK didn't do 11 damage.
Down to 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Also, I don't think PK's crossbow had like silver sheen on it.
Or short sword. The short bow did. I did 11 damage to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I shot it.
2. Oof.
Yeah.
And now I'm hopefully going to do a lot more, but let me roll my attack first.
And let's all stop beating up on Josh. This is the first time he's DM'd in forever, and I feel like we're all just jumping on him, just being like, no, no, no.
Okay, that wasn't meant to be that way. My brain saw a thing that it thought was wrong, and it bothered me.
Dude, I've done that twice. I've done that twice already. You're fine.
Hey,
You're doing an excellent job, sir.
Thank you, Josh.
Aww.
Would it help or be harmful to mention my name is Jason?
It hurts for me. My tooth hurts very bad.
I mean, I was literally used as an example in Tommy's video of what not to do as a DM.
Yes, you were, and you took it on the chin.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, humility is very important in life, and
okay.
I'm somebody that believes whether it's positive or negative criticism, the worst criticism is indifference.
Yeah.
Anyway, 24 is my roll to hit against the Wolfie outside.
I will call that a hit.
Okay. And as far as the door is concerned, I did close it, and so it's closed.
Closing it would take an action.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. It's open.
So it's your action economy was open door, move forward, stabby.
Okay.
So you did stabby. Roll me your damage.
Absolutely.
$11, 21. Man, this is just one of those.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Nope, that's what happens when you hit a random button. Okay. Okay.
That's spooky.
The werewolf rips the grate out of the walls. So now the grate in front of you is no longer there. I'll call this a freebie. Make a perception check for me, Dale.
Okay.
Okay. You heard a sizzling sound when your sword hit from the weakness to silver. You didn't hear anything whenever it grabbed the grate and flung it away. And with that, we're going to call that one. He will get one attack this round. And what would he want to do the most? He's a werewolf. He likes to bite people. And I'm assuming a 14 misses.
14 does miss, but it's not a crit miss.
Okay. And yep, I said 1 to pull, 1 to remove. And that was his third motion. So back to the top. Lillian, you're up.
Lillian's turn.
And
Unfortunately,
Ty-
unfortunately, since he's prone, it's not a further debuff to his AC. He's just flat-footed to us. But that means he doesn't. We don't have to move.
Yep,
Yes.
and I'm no longer sickened, which is nice.
Yes.
Okay, so I
So-
just have to touch it, and this thing will be shredded.
Yep.
Okay, currently an AC of 16 then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay,
You got him.
Just boop.
and
And
yeah.
we know the numbers, so
Chris Platt. Specifically with the rapier, I feel like a throat stab is fitting.
that works.
Okay.
That works fine.
Yeah. I'm going to spend an action to seek Ross, and I know he's too far away normally, but I am a keen hearing elf. So he's actually within my range for that.
Okay. Roll me the appropriate check.
I also have a +2 to hearing based. Sense
I-
checks.
I would say that a 30 is probably good enough. You can tell that your new half-orc friend is outside that window still.
I mean, you would have seen the one dying. You would hear me stabbing things too, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And there's a full moon
And-
out, so you can. There's low light vision outside.
Yes. I will say you can hear and see, and I'm also assuming he's probably being not very quiet and probably saying things that, well, would have his mama orc spanking him and washing his mouth out with soap.
No,
Saruk, you wash mouth with soap now. You say bad words.
no. My mama orc would be proud to hear my orcish be this fluent.
Okay.
Like that human
will
patak
give you
father.
that.
My father might be a bit disappointed at me, but not my mother.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to think, like, I don't really want to leave the room, and I don't know. People seem more or less okay. I don't have anything.
You could strike the werewolf again.
The one that's dead on the ground?
The one that's dying, one on the ground, and could get back up. Sorry.
Oh, that is a very good
Oh.
point.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very good point.
So now he's got a total of -8 on AC.
Let me double check.
Oh no, he doesn't have a -8. He has a -6. He's now prone and unconscious, whereas before he
Yeah.
was just prone.
Okay. So he's down to like a 12 or 10?
He would be at
12.
12.
That's 6 off his standard AC.
And then there's no damage, and he goes to dying too.
Okay.
Sealinger's going to do the same thing. You take him all the way out. Just kind of reach down,
Yeah.
grab muzzle, probably wolf stance is probably a little like this.
Yeah.
So a couple fingers up nostrils and then back of head and just spin.
There is a loud crunch.
Well, actually,
that-
that's not right. Hold on, I'm sorry. One more strike.
Yep.
Not quite
That's
there.
dying 3.
So then +4. This is I miss a dying thing. That feels so bad. Actually, hang on. I think I did my math wrong. There should be 2 more on that, and it's a 9. They still miss. God. +2. I could fumble. I didn't fumble. So then twist and then twist the rest of the way.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
And that would mean this gentleman up here is dying. He would be dying too because he's been dying a full round.
Yes. And technically speaking, he would make a flat check to get back up. And then if he gets back up, he's wounded.
Okay.
I forgot about him. That is my whole turn, though.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I was... That was where I was going. So, okay. Next is this wolfie here. So, he is held, but that's not
He's
going
not
to...
held. He's not held in place by me. I'm not considered to have a grapple or anything on him.
Yeah, he's just flat-footed to it.
It's called, it's like basically I got him by like the shirt or something. He can break free pretty easily, but he just needs to move.
Well, he's probably less interested in moving than he is reaching in, biting your face, and doing a bear hug and ripping claws both directions.
Okay.
So he just wants to show he cares.
He just likes you so much.
Okay.
So bite. 24.
That hits. Come on.
Clawing is caring.
Yeah.
Another fort save, or am I...
+1, so 4 points of damage and a DC 16 fort save.
21.
Sooner or later?
No.
Sooner or later, one of us turns into a werewolf in the middle of the encounter.
Tommy, I just realized clawing is caring is probably every pet cat's mantra ever.
It really is.
I love you, human.
I love you, human.
A 10 will miss.
That's a critical miss.
Okay.
My AC is 22.
And I will call that he loses his next attack.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Now it's your turn.
Alright, then. This is the first to Shanky. He is flat-footed. Holy mama. Mama.
Flavor that kill.
See.
Hold on.
Oh, that feels good.
That would be 8d6 plus 28. 40. Oh my god. Still.
Plus 28?
Jesus Christ,
Yeah, because
Ross.
There we go. I see. Plus 14 because of the 10 silver for... Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The
just
odds of that many ones. Can we play reverse exploding dice, imploding dice?
But still, at level 5, being able to roll that many dice. Ooh. I just grab him by the head, lift him up, and just say, go to sleep, and slit his throat with the blade.
Okay.
And is he like proper dying?
Since he got crit, he's at dying too.
Yep.
All right. One action, plunge his sword into his heart, and then I'll turn around. Another action, plunge his sword into the other werewolf's heart.
Both of those.
Just make sure they're both.
Rolls.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So.
Alrighty.
That's pretty nice.
Then he goes from dying 2 to dying 4 and is dead.
Yeah. Just put him out of his misery, turn around.
Can we get the Yahtzee?
Oh my god!
I mean...
turn around.
Yeah.
Do the same to the other one.
Dying 3.
Yeah, he's dying 3, but now it is his turn and he gets a check.
Right.
So...
DC 10 flat check. You just throw the D20 at the board and you would need to get a 10 or better.
Okay.
And then that means he's now conscious but prone and is wounded 1. Which means if he goes to dying, he'll start out at 2.
I imagine I just kind of like stab him in the back and his eyes open back up and I'm just like, oh, come on. Stay down.
Okay.
They never learn.
So he should be able to use one action to stand up.
Wait, is that roll for dying at the beginning or the end of a turn, technically?
At the top of the turn.
At the top, okay. I mean, that's really good and really bad, depending on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he gets up, and here we go. I forget, does dying add any, wounded add
No,
any
he's
negs to his?
fine. Just he has 1 hit point, and if he goes to dying again, his dying value will increase by 1. So a critical strike would put him to 2 plus 1 is 3.
Yep.
Miss. That's a crit miss. Can I just put him out of his misery? He's at 1 HP.
Make it provoke. Make Ross roll that natural 20 a third time.
Yeah. Come on. Please. I have a cool way of saying it. Or I have a cool idea.
Well, you will be going before him next time. So you will have your chance.
What do I get? Well, he crit failed. So I guess, okay.
Yeah. He took a left pod strike at you and
I just lifted on my
bumped
foot.
into the building.
No, I just lifted on my foot and stepped back a bit. Just like, nope.
Yep. Hey, give him a break. He's been dying. He's mostly dead.
Oh, I'm about to give him a break, all right. He won't like the type of break I'm about to give him, but I'm going to give him a break.
Okay. Dale? 'Tis time for you to unmute and tell me, what do you do to the large furry thing in front of you?
And now Jason knows my struggles. Hey, you're muted!
Yeah. Dale is going to close the door, and then he's going to attack twice. I think that action economy is right.
Yeah.
I'll call it good.
Okay.
So
Can I
you
ask why you're
close the
closing the
door
door?
behind you.
Yeah. Close the door behind me.
Why though? Oh.
Hey, he wants to close the door. Let him close the door.
I guess so.
And yeah, that's what happens after.
That would be a critical fail.
I feel balance has been restored after
Ross, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so crazy.
Our own Jesus giveth, our own Jesus taketh away.
Yeah, Josh, now you know how I feel as a player.
I mean, I kind of feel like it was also balanced out by the fact I rolled 86 and 5 of them were ones.
But
I'm glad I'm not playing Shadowrun.
Do you look at? Do you see the expression on my face right now?
Okay. You are now prone. So you took a swing and missed and fell on your bottom.
That's a nice way of putting it.
And now it is the next turn.
Wolfie turn.
Yep. Here, Wolfie. And first roll. He misses the bite. Second roll. And I'm assuming that missed.
A prone would neg to me, right?
Yes, you would be considered flat-footed.
Right. So yeah, all three of those miss.
You know, if the werewolves could actually hit, y'all might be in trouble.
Accurate.
To be fair, I got nothing. I mean, me and Levi are hard to hit as it is because of our AC.
Yes. And you don't taste good.
What can I say? Half orc. Human and orc apparently makes a very volatile mixture.
Okay. So, Lillian, it is your turn.
That's a point. Like, I suppose, I don't know. Maybe I'll check on Dale. Right? Because we made a corpse right there. He said he was fine. I haven't heard him screaming in death. And you wanted to work on it on your own, I guess. I guess I'll go up to the door and like listen through, see if I can tell what's going on.
Yeah, that, as always. Okay. So that's 2 actions. Give me a perception check.
Cool.
I'm assuming that that Dale is trying to get back up. So you hear the sounds of scrambling on the ground through the door.
That would be correct. I would be trying to get up.
Which way does this door swing?
Do you see the green arrow?
Yes. Yep, makes sense. It was blocked behind the little player symbols on the bottom of the screen from how I had it.
Okay.
Okay.
And now it's currently be blocked by the real person in the game.
Yeah. I'm a last action open and see what's happened here.
Okay. Roll me a d4. And it's going to be an even odd proposition.
Even.
I was hoping for odd, but oh well. The door swings open, barely missing a Dale who is trying to scramble to his feet, and a large furry thing approaching quickly. And now, Selimgar, it's your turn.
Alright, with the door open, I will, for my first trick, I will actually give you 20. I'll stride 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15. Straight line for 2 actions there.
Okay. Okay.
And then for my third action, I will stride to here. And then as part of the stride, I'm going to make a acrobatics check to try to tumble through. This is targeting the Wolfie's reflex DC. I have 19.
Okay. He has +5 on his reflex roll.
So then his reflex DC would be 15, and on a success, I treat the werewolf squares as difficult terrain, but Selimgar just kind of like runs up. I guess there's not room to go over, so more of just kind of like, as it probably lunges at me, just kind of like grab the side of its face and like spin around the back to get behind him. And that's my turn.
And now, question for the GM who has only done so much with this system. Would that provoke an attack of opportunity?
Looking, hang on.
Does the werewolf have attacks of opportunity?
They do.
Yes, he does.
There have been several attacks of opportunity that could have been taken that were not. Not to like try to throw shade. I realize that probably sounded a little bad. I think it doesn't, but I'm not sure. Hang on.
For the sense of
in Legacy
In the name
Pathfinder, it
of-
would be a separate acrobatics check, but I don't have an acrobatics check to do a dodge. I think it provokes.
I'm going to say for karmic balance, it provokes.
All right, fair.
So here we go. And you said you grabbed its face, so it will try a bite attack.
Yeah, it will, won't it?
Oh.
All right.
Karmic justice indeed.
Karmic justice indeed.
You take
And
4 points of damage and roll me a fort save.
I did it! Hooray!
Yes.
Oh, good.
And at this point, I must quote the bestiary. Melee attack jaws damage 1d4. Oh, I'm sorry. That was 5. It's a d4 plus 4.
And you'd roll an extra d4 as well, so it'd be 2d4 plus 8. The critical.
So, yeah. But that's less important than the other deal. Plus Curse of the Werewolf. Curse of the Werewolf. Chromancy Primal. This curse affects only humanoids. Saving throw DC 15, Fortitude DC 16. On each full moon, the cursed creature must succeed another Fortitude save or turn into a werewolf and go on a rampage. During the rampage, the creature is under the... So...
Clutch.
So... Correct me if I'm wrong, but that fail initially means
The fail means
receive...
I'm exposed, and then each full moon
Yes.
I have to fort save again or transform, which is which just barely edges it out.
Yes, but okay. And then there is the okay. So the way you would read that says you now have the curse of the werewolf, but you do not transform immediately now per their issues.
Yeah.
Because there's a full moon in the sky right now.
So the immediate second DC would trigger right away because I immediately fill the conditions for the second part.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I guess okay. So yeah, that worked. It's also going to mean that I cannot remember your character's name, Ross.
Suruk.
Okay. So yeah, let me re-roll the damage for that. Okay, so you took 17 from the bite attack.
Gotcha.
Or I'm sorry, that
18?
would be 13 from the bite attack.
Okay.
17 if you're like the GM and can't read the right line on the screen.
Fair.
Rats, I really thought I had y'all eaten.
You almost had me. Yeah,
okay.
It was right there. I beat it by 1.
Okay. So, Selimgar is good. This wolf now gets... Okay, this wolf is well dead. That wolf has 1 hit point and is up, so Suruk, you're up.
Alright then. This is an attack roll for the one that's on the ground, so it'd be prone, which will give it flat-footed. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dead, and more
I'm
dead.
just gonna, like,
flavor.
as a pause, I just, like, kind of kick my foot back a bit, bring it forward, and just crunch right on its neck. Right on the back of its neck. Dig my heel in a bit. Told you to stay down.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna like kind of, move inside. So I can't control my token.
That's a work in progress.
All right, could you move me there then, please? Right here,
Okay.
because that's 20 feet. Because that's as far as I can go. Because I have medium armor on.
Well, that you spent one move, one action to put
Get
the
in through the
beastie
window.
down, one to get through,
And then a walk. Cool.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna say, so. Sorry about that. All right, we got any more left?
Yeah.
One and another one that in progress.
Literally is just one now.
Okay.
Oh wait, I
And-
get it. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I'm glad that ended significantly better than
And suddenly
Last
there's
time.
a werewolf with 5 monk levels.
Okay.
What was last time? What did you...
Last time I just got tossed out a window. This time I took down 2 werewolves on my own.
Oh,
Or
fair.
a werewolf and a half.
Yeah, you did.
That makes me feel significantly better.
You're the man.
Okay. Dale,
okay.
it's your turn.
Dale's going to try to get at least one kill this session.
Okay.
Um,
You are on the ground, so
right. I
if you
use an
wind up-
action to stand up.
Okay.
And I'm going to do an attack roll, and we're flanking, so I'm going to roll this as D20 plus 12. Never.
Pain.
you swing and a miss, you lose your sword, and you are face down in this square.
Oh, by the way, that reminds me. Lily should see my bow laying at the door.
Yeah. And with that, the next in line is DeWolf. And you have just fallen prone in front of it.
Oh no.
I swear,
You are
dude,
flat-footed.
Sealamgar must be thinking, why is he with us?
I think Sealamgar's a little more
Sealamgar-
trying to keep his head on straight right now.
Yeah, I think Sealamguard is trying not to become a werewolf.
Why do I suddenly have a craving for bacon? It's bacon!
It's bacon.
No longer just bread and water at the end.
Okay.
Give me all the rare meat you have. Give me all the bacon and eggs you have, son.
Does 25 catch you flat?
Yeah, it does. It doesn't critically succeed, but it definitely gets me.
Okay. So let me double check, just make sure I'm using the right numbers. So +9, D4 +4 plus the ever popular. You take 7 points damage. Give me a DC 16 fort save.
Here we go.
Right. I'm going to just alter my HP real quick. And then I'll be right with you on that check. Yes, I do want to replace that file. Thank you. Okay. So D20 plus 7. Oh. I can't even roll right now.
Ah! And then there were 2.
And now I got to do another one to check for.
See if you don't lose control of your guy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Okay. Now, the one thing I will say is from the bestiary entry, I am unsure on this, but it says when the melee attack for jaws, which is what I've been doing, it says for the damage, it is 1d6 plus 4 piercing and plus Curse of the Werewolf.
Correct. Which would then apply the Fortitude save DC 16, and then on each full moon you would have to succeed again, which means we have to both.
Okay.
The fort saves have to go 1-2. Moon Frenzy doesn't come into play.
Okay. Because that's what I've been trying to do.
There was a lot of back and forth there. That's weird. Because Moon Frenzy says, when a full moon rises in the night sky, the werewolf must enter hybrid form. But then, when we have Curse of the Werewolf, on each full moon, the cursed creature must succeed in another fort save, return into a werewolf, and go on a rampage. So they seem to contradict each other. I suppose if you'd like to kill us and get back to Greenwich colonies, you certainly could start turning us into werewolves.
Although I think that brings up the difference of like turned and natural werewolves.
Yeah, I believe so too. Anywho.
So, okay. So, rats. No instant werewolf.
No instant werewolf. So you get 2 more. You'll be fine.
Okay. Oh, you're right. I do have 2 more attacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a note on my sheet that I have that going.
We have the curse.
Yep. But on the bright side, you really won't have to worry about it.
Considering we're dead in the next month anyway.
It won't play a part in this campaign. So 23, I do believe, hits you as well. Correct?
Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm gonna still mark it because you never know. We may have these characters play again and something.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
So plus, come on. You take 6 slashing damage, and let's see if I can. Yep. And a 7, I'm pretty sure, misses.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Lillian, it's your turn.
Well, let's get right there. And I think it's time to just start
making a cure for our curse. Start multi-classing cleric.
Nah. Just need more alchemist. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Need more alchemist.
All right. I'm currently fighting an AC of 16, correct?
I don't think he's flanked considering I'm still on my face.
You're not flanking with me, but Sealamgar is flanking with me.
Also, Dale is threatening the square he's in. Whether or not you're prone, I hope your sword is up and pointed at him.
No, my sword is...
No, he lost
his sword.
I lost both my weapons.
But you are still threatening every square around you because everyone has unarmed strike now. The difference between us and a monk is a monk's damage dice goes up.
Oh, okay.
And
doesn't their steel lethal?
Yeah, that's
not a difference.
Yeah, you're right. Regardless, Dale still threatens every square around him.
Right. So.
And even if he didn't, however, Selimgar and I.
Yeah. Oh, you can draw a line through those squares. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Because it's
Because
a big
he's
boy.
a large.
Just kill the damn thing.
I'm working on it.
Get on with it. Ah!
Yeah, get on with it.
Apparently, those movies went to Netflix or something recently. I've been meaning to
All
watch
right.
No, but I do believe that provoked an attack of opportunity for her moving into range.
No, into does not provoke. Through does.
Through, gotcha.
or out
Through
of.
or out
of.
of.
Yeah.
Okay. First stibbity stab is a pretty bad one.
That does not hit.
Yeah. And the reason I said AC of 16 is because we're flanking, so it gets that.
Right. 21 does.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So 32.
So 32. And the numbers come down.
All right, here we go. First strike. 27 to hit. That's a critical hit against his flat-footed AC.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
This is going to be a lot.
48 plus
46.
8 plus 46. Well, plus 28. Because silver weakness, bam, 64 damage.
Flavor your obviously messy kill.
Selimgar is in full panic mode at the moment. Well, do I know what happened to me?
I would say you got bit and you felt a surge of almost maniacal fury before your panic brain kind of tamped it back down into it's me being scared to death as opposed to must kill and destroy everything.
Accurate. Okay, fair. So I realize what's going on. I'm under control, but we need to end this right now. So Lillian comes and stabs into this thing, and all of my attacks I've always in my head have kind of seen as like Mortal Kombat X-rays. So it's just kind of like form the wolf style and then I'm behind him. So how do I guess from behind we just kind of like over top into the back of his head and just punch down and then put him into dying 2. Then I'm going to try to wrap it out with the 10, which misses but doesn't fumble. God, that feels so bad. Well, that would be a 12, actually. That would be a 12. My attack routine is 10, 6, 2. I did my math wrong, so that does hit. So then as I push him down, just like grab furry mane up, slam into the ground.
Okay, so that would put him to dying 3.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. One more. That one is accurate at a 10. So that's probably the part where I get up and just look at my arm. That's me.
So he is at dying 3. And it is his
it's
right
turn.
there.
It's my turn again. Bonus round. Haha.
It is my turn to go. Well then. I gotta keep his voice. It's hard for me to do voices. Well then, I'll guess 5, 10, or 5, 15, 20, 30, 35, 45, 45, 50, 55, 60, or 55. I'll run all the way over to here, but that takes all 3 of my actions to do 3 strides.
Okay.
I'll just come running around the corner like, oh, come on, y'all still got 1?
Only barely. Bless you.
Okay. And Dale, it's your turn.
1 action to stand up, 1 action to pick up my sword, 1 action to finish this damn thing off.
Okay. Give me that attack roll.
And we're still flanking it, so adding +2.
Yes.
Okay. Got there.
Redemption!
That is a critical hit. Give me your damage.
Okay, so it's going to be 4.
Well,
The damage is irrelevant. You don't got to roll the damage.
Yeah,
He goes to
you're
dying.
you're
He is
gonna
good.
you're gonna take him down to dying 1.
What?
So
You take him to dying 4.
He was a dying 3.
a second ago.
oh, he was. Sorry.
Saw my life flash before my eyes.
Yes, and you're the one on pain meds, not
Yeah,
me.
right.
Okay, so can I flavor that kill?
Please flavor that kill.
Fine. I want to stab him in the neck such that his head is now sitting on the blade and I'm holding it in the air.
Okay. As you do that, the head slips from your hands. You said you're holding it up kind of like this?
Yeah, basically I'm
Murphy?
stabbing
Shish
into
kebab
it.
out.
Yeah, shish kebabbing.
Okay. I thought you were holding the hair in your hands.
No.
As you do that and lift its head from its body, the snarling wolf face shrinks and contracts into the face of a young bearded dwarf.
Not a halfling. Good.
Yeah, I was going to say halfling, but beard and halfling just didn't sound right together.
Well, I could have like gigantic mutton chops.
Yeah. But yes, and that ends the encounter, and as you finish, the sun begins to rise over the mountains to the east.
Oh shit.
In short, about a third of the buildings in town have suffered incursions during the night.
Ooh.
And a good, as the day wears on, basically the call has gone out for every able-bodied individual to help. So even y'all would have been caught up, and a good 70% of the buildings that were compromised suffered 100% casualties inside.
Oh my.
As y'all look through the buildings around and look at the outside of the inn where you have been, there are clear signs of damage to the outside not caused by feral werewolves. There are places where it appears acid has been splashed on the grates. There are places where some of the rock work has been removed or melted to weaken the protections on these buildings. This was not merely how do I say this? The more you look, the more you are convinced this is not a mere case of it just being a bad attack. This village got set up.
Okay. The first thing I would like to do, I'm gonna roll him in a line. This is an occultism check. 13. My nature is 1 higher, as it is wisdom based, and as a 17, my religion is 1 higher, as it is wisdom based, and I'm expert in it. which is a natural 20 for a 28. Sealamgar knows he's been bitten by a werewolf and isn't going to try to hide it, because, I mean, obviously everyone who was in that inn that night has seen it. But...
Wait, I thought only us would have seen it.
Correct, everyone who was in the inn. Well, I guess the halflings, but they don't count, their NPCs. All the players have seen it, and I'm not going to hide it, I'm not going to necessarily talk about it unless it gets brought up, but I do want to know... I just quickly rack my head, all the legends I've heard, all of anything I might have studied at some point, maybe somebody back at the monastery that I know. It's really ironic that I use wolf style as my fighting style. That's fun. But I want to know as much about lycanthropy and the curse of the werewolf as I can.
Okay. Okay. Not being fully up on it and having a template in front of me, you would say there's a rather good chance that you have, at this point, at least been strongly exposed to lycanthropy.
Okay.
You know that these were werewolves, and they had been driven into a frenzy by the moon. They were not acting off of their human intellect basically at all. They were just consumed by the want to kill and destroy.
Mm-hmm. And here's a fun fact: the werewolf strike, its jaw strike, should have had knockdown, but it doesn't say that in the entry. It only says it at the bottom of change shape. It loses its battle axe and shortbow strikes, and its jaws gain knockdown, but it wouldn't have had jaws in the first place. Oh wait, no, that's in wolf shape. Never mind, I lied.
Yes, the curse of the moon forces them into the hybrid shape.
Okay. And
enlarges them.
Okay.
So, are you just looking for general knowledge? Do you think you may... Werewolves, do you think you may be one, or your friends may be one? Yeah, there's a better possibility than not.
Suddenly it's the Red Scare all over again. less of that and more of like, what does it mean for me?
I mean, do the rest of us that have been bitten feel like, I don't feel anything? Like, it's no...
I guess an easy way for me to tell, probably, to put the shoe on the other foot real quick here, Jason, as we truly have. Yeah. I'm going to... The silvered... After combat ends, before we go to bed, my silvered hand wraps, I would like to place them on the wound.
Okay.
Does it respond? Does it hurt?
Okay. GM flavor at this point, I'm going to say it's very uncomfortable, but you're not hearing the sizzling damage that you heard during the fight.
Okay, so it seems to be that...
So...
And I guess, like, Dale, come here. And I guess Saruk probably, Saruk, you, new one as well, seeing that he's been bitten and just kind of systematically silver hand touch where Dale was bitten. Just, does it hurt?
Boy, what are you doing?
Well, we've been bitten.
Yeah. Your point?
My point is, if we're going to turn, we'd like to know now. Since I'm not necessarily a druid, the best I can do is process of elimination. When I do this, put silver hand. That's another bit of irony.
Kind of glance over to Dale. Look back at him, Sulik.
Sealamgar will put his hand on the wound.
Or Sealamgar, right?
And like, this does not hurt, but it is unpleasant. I believe it has affected me. And I'm just gonna like lean in and touch Dale's wound.
and it would feel vaguely uncomfortable.
Dale is not at his computer right now. I see that.
Yeah,
So
he
then
is. He's muted.
Leaning over to Saruk, do the same.
Okay, so Dale is just going to put a hand up and say, I assume that this is going to hurt, so I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to assume that it will be as uncomfortable for me as it was for you.
Okay.
And it's not on a scale of 1 to 10 for additional discomfort. It's about a 2. It's one of those, it doesn't feel good. It just feels off.
Okay, so not like spilling hot coffee on us, but having like a mug of hot coffee and setting it on your arm.
It's more kind of tingly than anything else.
Okay. And then I'm going to do the same to Saruk.
You feel absolutely, positively nothing.
I just kind of like look at him, look up, or look at him, look at my arm, look up at him. Then just like, oh, you found me out. So I am secretly a werewolf all along.
I might keep me helping you out to myself too if you decide to continue that line of talk, my friend.
Okay.
That's fine with me. The goats ain't never done anything pleasurable for me.
Where was I bitten, Jason?
I would say that. Okay, trying to remember back. Oh yes,
It was a flip around on the face.
Bit on the arm.
On my arm. So it's something that's pretty easy to just like pull a sleeve down over. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you could easily wrap it.
Okay, cool.
It's the one of you who's going to have the hardest time concealing things would be Saruk, but you're a great big bruiser in armor. It's not.
I imagine the putting silver to someone's arm, the whole idea of putting silver to someone that's expected is kind of a well-known tactic.
Yes.
I won't even hide it. At the first opportunity, somebody's like, hey, you turn into one, I'll just be like, yeah, put silver. I don't care.
Okay, so then with the rest of my checks, how else has my body been affected? I guess is what I need to know. Obviously, I realize when the full moon comes up, bad things will happen, but I may be dead before that comes to pass anyway. So
at the moment, you don't feel any different. It kind of tingles maybe a little when the silver is on, but nothing. You haven't turned, so to speak.
That makes sense.
So, yes, and there are a few werewolves that have been found around town, and all of them are in really bad shape because when that ends, they return to either a human or wolf form and are fatigued for up to 8 hours.
Okay.
So they just dropped where they were.
Okay, that
when
makes
the
sense.
sun came up.
So I'm tracking 9 days is how much time we've spent since we left Caliphus.
Yep. Okay. Sounds right.
Yes.
And it's maybe for the best that perhaps I don't know where they are keeping the werewolves, but the more we can learn about our affliction, the better. We don't need to wake up in the middle of the night and who knows?
We should also go back and loot the bodies.
I mean, we can.
I would have thought we already done that. I know I would have done that.
I would like to loot their blood
too.
Okay.
So
as part of your you're saying as part of what you do, you will loot the bodies?
Yeah,
as
both at the inn
part
and
of-
in town.
Just as we go,
Okay.
find another downed wolf, take his weapon.
Yeah,
I
well,
was just gonna do it
okay.
at the end, but
okay. The ones at the inn you can do reasonably easily. I will say, based off of everything, you end up with total of 14 gold. Now, it's not much what they have left on them, but one of them has a small jewel worth about 10 gold in a ring. So that
Okay.
is the majority.
I'll just
So I would personally like to loot a vial of blood to do some tests on.
Yeah, you would definitely be able to grab some blood. There is a good bit of it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
okay, Tommy. I've noted that on my sheet. The loot so far.
Gotcha. You know what I didn't know? I didn't know because I got too much codeines in me. I forgot I have lucky halfling. Oh well, it is what it is.
You, as far as anything else, there is some. There would be there would be 5 sets of leather armor in various states of repair.
That they like
There-
hulked out of.
Yeah. Well, it works as an enlarge. The Moon Frenzy does work as an enlarge spell.
Mm.
So, in theory, it would stay with them and
Okay.
grow with them. But as soon as they're dead, that enchantment ends. So, yeah. So 5 sets of leather armor, 4 daggers, an expert longsword, which got off of the one who had the ring, and a battle axe.
Okay.
So that's about it, unless you want to grab, each of them has a pouch at their belt, the belts themselves. How far are you going to strip the dead?
I might actually, as we're combing through looking for people to talk to about lycanthropy and stuff. Here's a perception check. Maybe, possibly, it's a little cliche, I suppose, but trying to find like the letter with the orders. You know what I mean? That kind of like, why did they do this? Any kind of clues at all? To, I guess, start a little investigation. I have an 11.
Like I said, when y'all look around town, it's a war zone. People on the streets and those who, the city guardsmen who came in and informed you that you would be working for the city for a while to help deal with all the dead and all those, help get people to care. All able-bodied persons have just been drafted for the day.
Okay.
You can tell they are almost in a state of shock. Hey, everyone give me perception checks.
I'm gonna remember to use Lucky Halfling. Much better.
Yes. That is significantly better.
Yeah.
oh,
Give me just a moment, guys. I'll be right back.
Get that
Okay.
pizza.
Cool.
I got a 27.
Well done.
Yay!
Yeah, I was just going to say, Tommy, you see another group of the House of the Second Breath.
They're actually dwarves, but
And
I
they-
don't know it. I gotta go talk to them. Hey guys, I'm a werewolf. Help me.
But they're all disguised as halfling children.
What a strange coincidence. Let me go tell them my entire backstory.
Okay. What y'all gather while helping is this is the worst that an attack has been in over a century.
Dang.
Normally they don't have big werewolf problems here. You know, the putting the silver grates up over windows and such has almost been more just like tradition than anything else, because it hasn't been that bad. It's not a common occurrence for there to be major incursions like this. Honestly, they're more worried about a ghostly figure that's living up in the mines. But this hit them hard. And I would say definitely you, Ross, you see signs of sabotage. Clear signs that it wasn't that defenses were breached as much as someone destroyed them before the werewolves got into town.
Well, then I'll kind of just, when we're all kind of reconvening at night, I'll just be like, so, are we actually going to stick around in hell for all this?
I would like to learn as much about our new
Kinda have
creation as
to.
I can.
We gave a word to the guards, and I'd rather not piss off a bunch of guards after we done fought all those things.
All we have to do is look a little suspicious, and suddenly the secret is...
I mean, we could just leave, like, in the middle of the night.
And y'all, the city guard basically cuts y'all loose at about noon, because all you were doing was going through, help pull dead out of houses so they could be loaded onto a cart and taken to a mass grave, searching. You know, basically you're just helping move people, find people in houses, move them from where they are to either a infirmary or to a grave.
Okay, I'd like to do a perception check while we're doing these things. The first one to see if the guards are like actively watching us as we're doing it. And that's 11.
I don't know if you would say actively watching, but they are supervising. So I'm assuming y'all stay together as a group. You and 3 or 4 other groups are moving from one house to the next, and there's a guard, a single person supervising the 3 of your teams. You know, you go into the house, you say, hey, we got 2 dead, 3 injured. They say, okay, bring them out, and they're coordinating with the people with the wagons.
Okay. So my second perception check is going to be to basically see if there's any valuables in these houses that we can like stuff in our pockets while we're doing this. And 11 again.
Uh,
like rings, any like little trinkets, something we could easily hide from the guards.
Not really. Most with the places that were larger and clearly had higher value housewares were either the ones searched first, or they were the few ones that had more, shall we say, better results in keeping the damage away and surviving the attack.
Right.
So,
where are they keeping
So-
the survivors? The werewolves that weren't killed in the attack. Where are they?
they have joined the bodies of those who died in the attack.
Okay, gotcha. So there's no survivors anywhere.
Oof.
Okay, follow-up question. And I feel like in all my games where I'm a player, I end up having to ask, who am I? What have I become? Does Hyannis have like a library or an archive or a record or something somewhere?
Whatever happened to you just casting Greatsword and riding animals around?
I know, I hate everything. I have to use my brain.
Yes, but what there is tied with the administration for the mines, because the reason Hyannis is here is for the mines.
That's fair.
That's basically the only reason
That
you would
Hyannis
say
exists.
people would want to live here.
Yeah, fair. Okay. I was gonna go like to quote Jason again, as I often find. I was gonna go strip mine the library and try to figure out just anything I can learn about my condition and what symptoms will be.
Strip mine does not say destroy target library.
I'm not gonna destroy it. I'm just gonna take all the information and it will be mine now.
And it's not a $40 rare.
Also true. Magic jokes are fun. Oh, geez. Trying to think if there's anything else. We could just take off.
Yeah. Yes, at the afternoon, the mayor of Thrushmore comes out.
All the way
You know,
out from
there's
Thrushmore?
the-
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
Man of the people.
of all the people, I give people harshness for that too. So I guess if I'm going to dish it out, I should take it.
Yeah.
The mayor and the guild masters appear before the town. Two of the guild masters, the head of the mining guild and the head of the riverboatman guild, both were killed in the attack. So there is a considerable amount of issue.
Indeed.
So at noon, the town has basically been put back into enough order. A meeting is held in front of the city hall, and the mayor thanks everyone who has helped. He mentions all the visitors and guests. He asks that all pray for Pharasma's blessings on those who have passed, and says that anyone who can provide information on the cloaked figure who was riding about town before the attack, who appeared to be casting magic spells at the buildings, a reward will be paid for any information they are able to provide.
Oh. So Rook is just going to walk right on up there and start giving all the information he got with that his 28.
That 28 shows you that there was damage,
Oh,
but
drat.
But not a name, so we didn't see a hooded figure anywhere.
they're asking for what race was he? What can you tell us about the horse he was riding? What about the armor he was wearing? And they're obviously cross-checking this with everything else they've heard.
Makes sense.
So, and behold, on a pale horse I saw a rider, and his name was Death.
Name was Sharon.
So
His name was its name was Karen, and it had my kids.
And its name was Karen. Karen. Have fun. All
But-
4 of those. Was fun.
at this point, like I said, y'all are able to
Head on.
sally forth for
The town was quite besieged. Yeah, fair.
yes.
Okay.
So, is there anything else y'all want to do in town?
Not that
Are
I can
you
think of.
looking?
We vendor
Now-
off all the stuff, but that's something we can do off screen.
Yeah.
And before we vendor off all this stuff, I want to quick repair the various light armors.
Oh yes, that would be most
Okay.
good.
Just improve the value of our goods.
Okay. Are you going to do this while en route, or they're in town to sell in town?
Well, we don't necessarily have to sell here in Hyannis. We could repair as we go. Maybe break down with our extra gold and actually buy a proper wagon. So the alchemist has some room in the back to work, and then say when we get to any of the other towns we'll be passing, or perhaps even the monastery, when we get there, we just sell to them.
Well, we have 58 gold and 9 silver plus the 10 gold from the ring, the jewel in the ring.
Mm.
That's what we got.
Alrighty, and a wagon sets us back. God, I never buy wagons either. I always give players so much crap for needing a wagon. Just play something with an animal. Who am I? What have I done with me? Give me back me.
No.
Okay.
Heck, you're even playing a druid that doesn't have an animal companion.
That's because in the playtest, the
Greenwich.
animal companions are weird, though. I wanted to.
Fair.
Definitely wanted to come in with like an eagle or something, but it's just I'm not incentivized to do so, and I feel like I just let the party down. Maybe I will ask you to retrain when 2E proper comes out. We'll see.
No.
Okay, everyone is mean.
No.
They took away me. I can't retrain. Well, you can't. There's rules as written for retraining in the playtest.
No. We are not using those chapters.
Just the whole
Yeah.
chapter. I think that's all of the playing the game
I
chapter has been
found
cut
this-
out now.
Anyway,
Apparently, hey guys, apparently there's a rule that PCs just insta-die when they're down to 0 health. But the chapter, we don't use that chapter.
I have been in those games, and I did
Oh.
not know about that until I got to 0 health. Okay, that's rough. Those are rough games. Anyway,
Okay, I would
Okay.
not play something like that.
a
but
wagon
still.
will set us
So-
back. Levi has had it with our laughter.
I was just gonna say a thing.
Okay.
Basically, it only takes me 1 minute per item we need to repair. So it's not like we need to like be on our way. It's like just give me 5 minutes.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. Then yes, you
I'm
can.
not used to that being one check and it's done. It's weird. It's good.
Yeah, no.
It's weird though.
Give me the appropriate check and we'll call it good. Yep, I would say that would work it and bring them. I would say, well, since they are obviously used, you should be able to sell them for 75% of value,
Hey, that's
depending on
reasonable.
any. Say what?
That's much better than the 50, yeah.
Well, used, but in like new condition.
Yeah, exactly. Lightly used. Only one werewolf owner.
And we made
Well-
sure to put it back nicely afterwards.
So, what do you want to do with them?
Might as well vendor them off now.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to sell them off, the city guard will buy all of them.
Reasonable.
Demand has recently skyrocketed.
Well, they are planning on recruiting, and you are all offered positions if you wish to join up, because they've lost about half of the city guard force.
Actually, while we're at this money-making venture, because I love making money in games, I don't know why. It's a bad habit. I play too many idle games.
We are all, and it's not a bad thing. Except for when you click all over my streams, and it's a bad thing. But it's you were literally helping us out by doing this.
I know, but anyway, so we only spent 4 silver sheen out of my 21, right?
Correct. Yeah. Well,
I'm
5
just saying.
because Dale would have needed to hit the arrows and his sword.
No, it would be 6 because he would have.
Yeah, I fired 2 arrows.
Yeah, but 1 silver sheen covers 10 pieces of ammunition.
Right.
Oh, well, okay. Then I only used 1 for my ammo.
Yes, but you also used 1 for your short sword.
Right, yeah.
So 5.
I was getting to that.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that would put me down to 16. And I'm just thinking.
Oh, yes.
They're kind of in a place where some silver sheen might be a nice addition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I'm with you, and there's going to be a markup.
Yes.
Supply and demand.
I'm just...
Okay. Well, question number 1 is, how long are y'all willing to spend in town? Are you going to leave today? Are you going to spend the night and leave in the morning? Are you going to stay here more than 1 day?
We could probably spend a day, I think. Might have to book it. But going up to 10 days with a 20-day clock, we've already crossed almost half-ish, like somewhere between a third and a half of our destination.
Right.
I mean, if we spend a day at least, then that's a sign of good faith, and the guards and the people would be more willing to buy our products.
And if I happen to run into a werewolf
then if we
out here,
just ditch and run.
Yeah. And should I run into a werewolf out here, I can question him, try to figure out what the hell's going to happen to Dale and I.
Yeah, you'll all fall down. You'll be fine.
Y'all fall down.
Okay. Okay. So... Okay, so y'all are going to definitely spend the night here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's looking like.
Yes. Okay. So, are you going to stay together as a group? Or are you going to work to an extent separately? I will say you can cover almost... If you are willing to leave 1 person with the chest pretty much in the center of town, you can cover most of the area.
I'll do the chest then, so that way you guys can go about your business, because Saruk through and through is a mercenary, and at this point his only goal, mission, objective is just to get this darn chest to where it needs to go so he can get back with his merry life.
For sure. Sealam
I'll try to find a buyer for the ring. If Lily wants to try to find a buyer for the armor, and Sealamgar wants to try to find a buyer for the silver sheen.
Oh, I want to sell the armor and the silver sheen both to the guard.
Okay.
That's what made sense as the people who would need it most.
Well, I guess Sealam Guard, it's up to you what you'd like to do.
Yeah, I can't go a mile away from the package or I'll blow up. I'm just gonna stick with Sarug.
You should. I will rule that, given that y'all have moved the chest to pretty much the center of town, with him sitting happily or grumpily on top of it, standing by the cart. Y'all can. Okay. First and foremost, are y'all going to buy a wagon?
What would the price be? There's not one in the rulebook.
I will base it off of the old price and modify for the new.
Just roll it down to like silver instead of gold.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
How much utility, how much is a horse again, or a pony?
60 silver. We have one presently.
60 silver. You can get another pony and a wagon, because it would take 2 medium creatures to pull a full 4-wheeled wagon.
Sure.
For a light wagon. We'll call it 10 gold, because y'all aren't as picky about bloodstains, and the previous owner
He's dead in a ditch somewhere outside town.
Will no longer be transporting goods for the Miners Guild.
Okay. Sounds good to me. What do you guys think?
What was the price again?
10 gold? Yeah.
Can we trade in
10
our
gold.
Can we trade in our wagon? Or not our wagon, but our like hand
The cart?
Yeah.
Yeah. Call it with the trade-in, call it 8 gold.
Okay, seems good.
Now, y'all aren't getting all that much off of the cart, but then again,
we wouldn't be able to take it with us anyway.
Yeah, and we're gonna make more. The ring alone will cover the cost of the cart, even without the trade.
Yeah. Yes, they would. They would be willing to trade the ring with the small gemstone for the wagon with the cart as a trade-in. That if you offer that, it's done.
I offer it because it keeps things really simple.
Yes, sir.
Okay, done. Like I said, you can sell the 5 refurbished leather armor to the local guard. In this case, it would be the guard specifically of the mining guild, and they will buy them for 75% new value.
I should probably look up what new value is again, because I haven't had to think about that in a bit.
New value on leather armor?
Yeah.
Yes.
On it. Okay.
Good
Leather
stuff.
armor, not electric eel skin, unless they had some. In which case, yes, please. We will all be spoopy eel people. Leather armor. Why does it not just immediately take me? So, I'm gonna be
Leather
really
is
happy.
15 silver.
Well done. I'll be very happy when we have an actual rulebook instead of the playtest rulebook and its weird formatting.
Yeah. So
are
times
you
5 is 70. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. As far as the silver sheen, are you going to shop around, try to get the best price, or just...
Before I do any other shopping around, I was going to offer silver sheen while I was making the deal for the armor.
Okay. Let me double check silver sheen.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 gold.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 gold. Given that the guildmaster was killed last night.
Yep.
4 different people were carrying bits and pieces of him out of the house earlier today. They will buy them for 25 silver apiece. How many do you want to sell?
Ooh, I wasn't gonna sell as many, but at that price point.
Because we, in theory, only need 4 silver sheen to get through a day. In theory.
Yeah.
Which so you can spit out real easy.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we sell...
let's see. There was... Yes. I had a sign I was going to pull out from time to time. It's the sign. Make an intelligence check.
Okay. Pure intelligence or some skill?
Craft alchemy would also work.
Ooh, much better.
Okay. Alchemical items are not as prevalent in Hyannis as some places you've seen. And you haven't necessarily seen as much available on the component side.
Gotcha.
So you would, mechanically, I would say you have a 25% chance of not being able to find all your normal reagents.
Makes sense.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean you couldn't try to work around it, but I would impose additional cost penalties and time penalties.
Which is reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You're not in the big city.
No, yeah, no.
And we probably won't be in another big city until we get where we're going, huh? I don't know this part of the Ustalav map as much as I do the other, because, like, Carrion Crown takes place in the far left and Strange Eons takes place where we are now. I have no idea what we're running through.
How likely do you think we are to find ingredients at Mystery of the Veil?
Probably the most likely to, like anywhere else we're going.
Honestly, nowhere, I mean, basically the biggest city is the capital. Now, while about the only other town that you're going to come across in the near future is going to be after the Monastery of the Veil. And then again, okay, everyone give me a check to determine, are y'all going to ask about the Monastery of the Veil and try to gather information about it?
If Dale has breathed a word about his faith and what the Monastery of the Veil is, then no, because that will get us shanked. Very fast.
I mean, are you talking about
are you asking Dale? Are you asking Dale directly for information about the monastery?
What does Dale know about the Monastery of the Veil?
Okay, so this is mainly going to involve how much I want to tell them because, again, secrecy.
Absolutely.
So first off, I need to do a religion check to see how. I need to do a religion a religion check to see how much I know about it. And then at point it's going to be how much do I want to tell the party?
Sounds fair enough.
You want to tell us everything because we're best friends.
Best friends forever. We're gonna be werewolves, start our own pack. We're
Question is,
definitely
who's the
afraid of
alpha?
cinnamon and garlic. but
Okay,
that's
so the
just 'cause
15
it
is
stinks.
the 15 is the knowledge check.
You know that the Monastery of the Veil is a former temple to Pharasma that now has become a monastery for the worship of Norberger. And the current, I don't know whether the term is abbot or bishop. Give me a couple more seconds as I scroll madly.
I imagine there's not a term. I could be wrong.
Bishop.
Oh, fair.
The current bishop, Yasmardin Sanir, is a priest of Norgorber.
Right.
And
I would know this. I think that the fact that I'm wearing the mask and I serve the same deity as the current head priest is going to at least give the party a slight edge over like just some random person.
We won't be just like turned out at the door.
Yeah. Well, I won't be turned down at the door. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Because the monastery is kept secret for a reason.
Now, the bishop, I will rule that as a follower of Norgorber, you will know this through all your contacts, but he is not openly a worshiper of Norgorber.
Right.
As none of them are.
It's still the monastery itself, and he in particular still are outwardly in the service of Pharasma.
In other words, what that says is if we do go to the monastery, we need to be very stealthy and make sure we're not followed. At least that I'm not followed wearing the mask.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm directly saying, hey, this is where we hang out.
Gigantic beacon. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm keeping that in mind. As far as what I tell the party, that's basically what I tell them. I say I'm going to go whenever we pass by the monastery. I need to speak to people inside. But I say if you guys come with me, no one can follow us, and no one can know why I'm there. And I point to the mask. Nobody can know that they are connected with this.
Okay. Seems easy enough.
We'll connect it with who?
And if they decide that we need our tongues removed in order to make sure that's the case, they'll do it.
Who are you talking about?
He doesn't know.
I don't. Let me roll a deception check because I'm.
No, I know. It's very clear that Saruk is saying, like, what? He's doing that. What are you talking about? Sort of like, I'm going to not even acknowledge it.
Elephant, what elephant?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
It's not that I don't know, it's that I'm not going to pay attention to it, I guess.
It's not that you don't know, it's honestly you could care less.
This is all
No,
that snarkiness
I
that
do
I've heard
care.
Ross say that
I
he
have-
wishes he could be playing when he's been playing an NG Mystic Theurge forever and ever. Fair.
I mean, you know, I finally get to play a character that's
You.
I don't know. No, not me. Not me at all.
Fair. Okay. But something that's different than what you're doing and something you think you do
Yeah,
better.
yeah. The thing is
Okay.
that with Tarask, I almost always feel like I almost have
Well-
pigeonholed his personality at times. I feel.
Yeah.
In that case, I will assume y'all leave in the morning. Here's
All right,
we
so
don't have much time left before 9 o'clock.
So at the end of the day,
So,
when we rest, everyone
yes.
who's been hurt heals for. It's not very much. I don't have battle medicine. I guess everyone can treat
just
injury.
con. Isn't it con plus some?
Con
Or
times
isn't it
level.
con? Yeah.
So,
Oh, hey.
So I heal for 10 and have 3 damage on me. Oh
We're
god,
fifth
I
level,
forget.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet! I
Uh,
heal for 15, so that's
I
that's
forget
only
what the,
4 short of
I
my.
forget what the
of
DC
my
is.
delayed
Hold
fate.
up. Oh god. If I roll good, it's probably a thing. I didn't roll good. I don't fumble, but I don't get the treat injury anyway. So I'll just go in with 3 damage on me.
Okay. Given that you do have a little extra time, if you want to try to sell like the spices, though, Josh, give me a. What would you use to determine? Give me an appraise check.
So that's
Can do it.
lore underworld.
Lore Underworld would work.
Society?
Society
Thievery?
would also work. Okay. If
All three of
I'm
those, Underworld, Merchant, and Society are all at a +7, so it's same roll regardless.
Yep. If you would throw me one, please.
It is thrown and unfortunately not outside.
Did he fumble? Okay, he didn't
Well,
fumble.
but the
We're
good
one away
thing
from
is,
him
if
pulling
you
the
want,
dice out.
you
throw
can
it away.
roll it 2 more times.
Okay, like I'm going to use my lucky halfling to roll it once again.
I would allow any of those skills independently, so you don't have to burn Lucky Halfling. People don't like spices. Why am I carrying them?
Sure.
Give me one more, please.
Man, you lucky halfling that one. Jesus, get that natural one out of here.
Yeah,
Good.
Okay.
I'm using lucky halfling. I don't care.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Something above a 10. Thank the RNG god.
You had an 11, sir.
Okay.
I mean, what do we say about
You
helping,
would-
not hurting?
No. You're right.
Actually, I don't
I was
think
gonna
we
say,
say
I was about
anything
to burn
about it
hero
at all.
points.
But I would say on this that the merchant in you realizes that while Hyannis gets a suitable amount of traffic, the Monastery of the Veil probably doesn't get nearly as much. And something as exotic as the spices y'all have left might fetch a good price. Like perhaps double to triple their baseline value. Because you're talking about a monastery in the middle of nowhere, in the mountains.
In other words, very bland food.
And
we should not have wasted all of our garlic and all.
You remember how Flapjack was an orphan in a monastery, and the whole thing of why he started cooking was to make the food taste better?
Yeah.
Same thing.
I still remember that show.
He
Oh,
means
it's
Flapjack,
such
an
a
orc
weird-
fighter he played for me.
Yeah,
years ago.
Makoa Flapjack's
Jack's
mothers. His
mothers.
origin
Why, yes.
stories. He's a half orc, half brass dragon.
We can tell the
and-
story later, Josh. It's time for end of stream.
Okay.
So,
Or they can just read the lore.
Or they can read the
Either
lore.
way.
okay. Well, in that
Video on
case,
that
when we start next week, we will begin the journey across the mountains and towards the final encounter of the game. Just not next week.
one. Hey, do we level?
So,
Do we level? Do we level? Do we level? I think. I didn't
Y'all
get
can
to
find
Wolf
out
Trip.
next session.
yeah,
We'll
next
find-
level.
Woo! Level
Oh.
6. We did it. Thank you guys so much. Hey, watch this. Watch this real quick. Watch it. Here, look. It's not making sound. That's sweet. We did it. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Ding the bell for all your sweet Pathfinder 1st, 2nd edition content. I made it through a stream without my computer exploding. Woo! Say bye,
Good
guys.
deal. Bye.
Bye.